Welcome to the Thriving Tides podcast. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Julianne. If you're an entrepreneur who loves self-care, you're in the right place.
We can't wait to share our experiences with you.
So, should we kick this off with a song, like maybe Jingle Bells or Santa's Coming to Town?
Feliz Navidad.
Ooh, I don't know if anyone wants to hear me butcher that one.
Feliz Navidad.
I'm just going to dance. Sorry for those who are just listening, but catch the YouTube for my sick moves.
And also to see Stephanie's sick Christmas shirt.
It's amazing.
Yeah, gotta fully represent with the Christmas because this is our lead up to Christmas because Christmas is a-coming.
It sure is. And this is the second last episode of season 1 of Thriving Tides.
Frick. Oh my gosh, that's actually crazy.
It is. It is.
When I was doing the notes today, I was actually thinking about that and how looking at all our episodes and everything, I actually got a little teary-eyed. Wow, look at us going.
So proud.
So proud of us. I did not picture us a couple months ago, 6 months ago.
Actually doing this?
Right? Leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited that next week we're going to be back and talking all about season 1 and how it went and what we learned and what we're excited for next season. So definitely please come back and listen to that one. That's going to be published, a week from today. So that's cool. Yay. Yay, Christmas. But today, we're into December. I don't even know how that happened. I guess life just moves on, whether we wanted to or not. But we're now starting to think, the holidays are just around the corner. What does that look like when you're an entrepreneur? What are you supposed to do? Can you take time off? What does that look like? What am I, all of the things. So we thought we would share what we typically do or what we plan on doing this year and just kind of, start getting into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Oh yeah, Steph's house is so beautifully decorated. I'm like, ooh, okay, yeah, I better get on that soon.
Yeah, and it's funny because my husband loves to decorate with me, mostly because I like Star Wars too, but our whole entire tree is Star Wars. So it's a little extra, but it's a conversation starter, and you gotta love the Baby Yoda. So.
Yes.
We have so many Baby Yodas in that tree, but it's the lead up to everything. And it's interesting because I've talked to a couple people where the holidays are kind of like me, where I start to slow down and I mostly go into craft mode. I put on my full-on Martha Stewart and I just go full in because my business starts to slow down in the holidays. But then you also have some people that the holidays are their biggest season and they are busy literally until the 25th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is crazy. Good on you, by the way. Obviously it looks a little bit different this year.
Yes. Yeah.
But
yeah, normally I'm just thinking about all the makers, and we have so many wonderful makers and artisans on the island.
So many talented
typically
people.
There's so many Christmas fairs, craft fairs, all the different things, and this year they're just not happening the way that they used to, which is just disheartening. And I know the Victorian Christmas market got canceled days before it was supposed to happen, and that's really tough. But even just seeing all of the camaraderie online, though, has been really amazing, where different shops who have storefronts like Cured Creations and Simply for Life are two that I noticed have offered their space for artisans to have for pickup locations for their customers. And people are just trying to band together and figure out, okay, what is this going to look like? They have all the things ready to be sold, right? They've been working so hard on all of their inventory. And I mean, I get it. We need to be safe. We need to be smart here. But I'm really excited to see how we all just work together and make sure that we're still able to support and that they're able to still do what they need to do.
Exactly. And I think that's the cool thing about the island. I have noticed that you never really had to put a shop local bandwagon post, you know what I mean? Because everyone already does it. Yeah. I know I did all my Christmas shopping locally this year, and I made sure, just because, again, we don't need things like Amazon, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? You can get like really cool, unique gifts, and we do. We have so much talent on this island. And the fact that, like you're saying, like Simply for Life and Care Creations, that offering their space, that is huge.
Yeah.
And I think a true testament to being on the island as well, and that kind of lifestyle, which I wish more places would do that, because I'm from a place where, unfortunately, local is not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of malls and
let's
mass
go to the
shopping.
big box stores.
Exactly. And that's more so, like, I used to never shop local until I came to the island. I'm so thankful. And if you're listening and you're in a city, see if there's a way that you can shop local as well. It makes a huge difference. I think the post that I see all the time is, for Amazon, it's just another sale. You're just a number demographic. But for a maker, that sale is putting groceries on the table. And I'm like, oh, I love that.
That
and
goes
it's
right
so
to the
true.
Heart. Yeah.
And they do I think the other ones, like, they do the little happy dance. When, you know?
Yeah, literally. They're like, oh my goodness, like, look at this. And
exactly.
it's just, it makes a big difference. And I'm sure there's lots of makers and artisans everywhere. They may just not be profiled the same. So I love your challenge to, do a little investigating. Don't just go with what's easy or what's natural for you, but seek out those people who that one sale would really matter to them. And you don't have to go spend hundreds of dollars with them either. Like, $10 goes a long way, right? Like, there's lots of great little gifts and knickknacks that you can get. So.
Oh, exactly. And I know for me, like, I'd prefer getting things that I know that were made with care instead of just a mass-produced item.
Yeah.
I think, yes, most things are more expensive, but it's because people are actually putting their time. It's not a machine that's creating.
They sat there and molded it with their two hands and, put, all the time into it and the thought into just dreaming what it would be. Like, kudos to them. Like, I think it's incredible what they do, and they just love it, clearly. So, like, I haven't done a lot of my Christmas shopping yet. I don't do a lot of Christmas shopping as it is, because we don't buy for a lot of people, and we do a lot of donations in my family too, just to help other people out, because we figure we don't really need anything. And I hate so much trying to buy something for someone when they don't need something. Like, I get a lot of joy in finding the perfect gift, but I don't get a lot of joy in the pressure to find it when it doesn't exist. So if I happen to see it and I know that they would love it, then yes, I will get it, but I don't necessarily like the time of like seeking it out. So quite a few years ago now, we thought, why don't we just take what we would have spent on each other and donate it to a good cause in the local community or whatever. So we really like to do that with my own family. But I've got a couple girlfriends and some nieces and nephews and things like that too. So I do like to do some local shopping for that. So I've got a few places I need to just go check out. I think I know what I'm going to get for them, which makes it easy. It's just like, go and do it, Julianne. I'm not a Christmas Eve shopper. I will get it done before that. But I need to get my button gear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's hilarious, because we're so opposite. As I sit here in a Christmas sweater, pretty much all my gifts are bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
that's
to
awesome.
get the stocking stuffers. I'm like early.
Yeah. I just don't. I think I wait till, I was saying this even before we started recording tonight, like I like to wait till after my birthday, which is at the end of November, to like switch into Christmas gear. It just doesn't feel right before that or something. I don't know.
Well, and that's fair. Like, your birthday's special. You need to take that time and kind of segment it to,
Yeah.
So I think that's completely fair. And like you were saying, I know we've had this conversation a couple times. It's your holidays are so busy as well. So like, it's really hard to get excited for a moment that you're going to be constantly going from house to house to thing to thing.
Yeah.
Like, it can be overwhelming. The holidays are a very overwhelming thing, not only for entrepreneurs, but people in general. Yeah. I'm pretty thankful that I have a really quiet life. And for me, like, the holidays, I literally just hunker down. I bake, I craft, and I watch Christmas movies.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
That's all I do. And like, we don't have like, James has his family here. Yeah. My family is still in Edmonton, so I only have one family to visit. But
Yeah. Yeah. It makes a difference. Like, I love seeing everybody. I just wish we had more time to do it. Like, I hate being like, okay, like, we're here and like, let's cram our visiting in. And then I got to run to the next place and
gotta
whatnot.
look at my
but
watch
it's still,
all the time.
yeah. I like to just be in the moment. But I mean, I feel very fortunate that there's so many people to love and see.
Yeah.
Some, like, our larger gatherings for this year are not going to happen too.
Yeah.
So this Christmas is going to look very different than others. It might be a little more chill. Hard to say though, right? There's still, I feel like every day something new unfolds. So I'm not attaching myself to anything. Yeah. I hope that we can see my parents and Dave's parents and, you know, like our siblings. And if we can get that out of Christmas, I'm going to be more than happy.
Yeah. Exactly.
If we're stuck at home, just the two of us, well, that's what it is too. Who knows? I'm just going to roll with the punches. I'm not going to get myself worked up.
That's good. And I think that's really a really important message to think about for this year too, because like we were saying, it's going to look so different this year. And I'm thinking again from the mental health perspective too. To be perfectly honest, I'm really sad about this Christmas because I look forward to the craft fairs. I love to go out there and support local crafters. I like going to even like places and visiting all the scenes and the sites. And because this was actually the year that I was supposed to go home for Christmas to go back to Edmonton for the first time. And I haven't been home for Christmas in 4 years now, I think it is, right? So it is so true that you kind of almost have to let go of the expectation and live so much in the now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I have to remind myself that all the time because even... Oh, man, I wanted to go home originally because my best friend's also getting married on the 20th of December, and I can't even go see that. And it still breaks my heart. You know what I mean? And when you look at everything that's going on, like, yes, my mental health did kind of take a little bit of a turn, but I also put that expectation that, okay, this is not going to be a forever thing. This is just for 2020. It's just going to be a little bit of a change. And exactly. I think that's good to remember too.
It is. It puts things into perspective and like just looking back to why and focusing on your gratitude, right? Like, yes, there's a lot of things that we may not get to do this year, but we're still grateful that we are healthy and we have a roof over our heads and we're able to afford to buy or make the gifts for the people that we love. And, you know, we're still able to do so many things. But if we focus on the things that we aren't allowed to do, of course, that's going to kill our mental health, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's always going to creep up. We're going to have those moments of wishing and wanting, but it's how long do you allow yourself to stay there? And how can you bring yourself back to being present and grateful and just focusing on what you can control?
Exactly. And I don't know, having a slow Christmas is kind of nice too.
Yeah.
Just, chill.
Hopefully we'll have some beautiful snowfall, like just
I hope so.
But still like warm. Like this is my dream. That it's like a beautiful snowfall. It's really pretty, but it's still like warm enough that I want to be outside and like go for a walk. And it's not too much to ask of.
That's because then the snow would melt. And logistics wise,
stop ruining it for me. Stop. This is my dream.
Science.
Science. Told you I don't like science. Yeah. We talked about this before.
Oh, man.
But so are you going to be working? What's that going to look like for you?
No. So I always take 2 weeks off. And for some reason, I've been super lucky that there's only been a couple of jobs where I've had to work like up to Christmas. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I've always usually gotten 2 weeks off. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have grown accustomed to that. And like I was saying at the beginning too, I'm not busy at all. During Christmas. I don't start to rev back up until usually February. So I kind of like to take it as a time to relax. I usually have a shit ton of Christmas gifts to finish up because I make a lot of Christmas gifts. I'm a maker. Yeah. That I don't... Yeah.
She's a maker.
A crafter.
At home.
Yeah, exactly. For my people.
But
I
not
don't
a
sell
homemaker.
Yeah, no. Not at all. So it's usually like getting all those things done. I need to almost take 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, I think it's nice to also take that time, spend some time with my husband. We already spend a lot of time, but still, I like to spend more time with him and actually taking a step back from my business too is kind of nice because then I go back more excited. It's almost like taking a vacation when you're leaving, but you're coming back.
It's a staycation.
A staycation for the holidays.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
A holiday staycation. There you go.
Exactly. So how about you?
Yeah, roughly the same. I mean, this is really only my second Christmas of working for myself. So I'm still navigating that. But as of right now, there's very little in my schedule between, or on those last 2 weeks of December. And I imagine it will stay that way. All of our group coaching stuff will be done by like the 16th or 17th of December. So that's wrapping up pretty quickly here. And then it's more just chill. So if I don't have anything on the schedule, then there's nothing that I really like have to do.
Yeah.
Which will be nice. Dave will be working most of it. Like, I think he's with a different company right now. So he's hoping that maybe they're off by like noon on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
And then he'll have Christmas Day off, which is a Friday. So then Boxing Day lands on Saturday. So he'll have the following Monday off. So he'll have like a 4.5 day weekend, which will be nice.
Nice.
But then he'll be back to work and then he'll have New Year's Day off. But I'll have pretty much all that time off. So I'll my best friend's a teacher, like Tash, so I'll probably hang out with her a lot because she'll be off during that time, and my mom, and I'll have a lot of, and you.
And also a lot of solo time, which is also nice to have.
I like my solo time. Yeah. I'll probably read a lot of books. Hopefully people buy me books for Christmas.
And what a prime time to also practice self-care and be a little bit more indulgent because
big time.
Ask for a couple of indulgent things on your wish list.
Or like a new cozy pair of pajamas that you can just stay in all day long.
Oh, we should do a podcast episode where we're in my pajamas.
We could.
That'd be a fun episode.
You're like, ooh, dreaming.
Ooh, podcast idea episode, yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just like having time, like you were just saying, like a bit of a break so that you're not like fully immersed in the business for a couple of weeks. And I find that's the time where I get my good ideas because I'm not driving so hard at that time. And I can maybe, pick away at a few things that I've been putting off because I just haven't had the energy for it. But I really don't intend to work a ton during that time. Yeah. Knowing I'll be home by myself for certain chunks of it, I'm sure I'll naturally be like, oh, just grab my laptop and get a couple things done. But I'm going to try not to do that too much.
That's fair.
And if I am, to be like focused on it, not just, wasting time.
Exactly. So maybe turning off your technology for a little bit too could really help as well. Then.
I wrote that down on my notes. I was like, I need a couple of like tech-free days for sure. I've been incorporating that on the weekends a lot more now too. Like once like Dave and I are home on like a Friday night, I usually like put my phone down by like 5 or 6 o'clock and I don't touch it again until the next day. Wow. And that feels so nice. Yeah. I was like, wow, like who knew?
As I say, I've been starting to leave it on the weekends and it's so nice to just not look at social media and doing the comparison game and looking at all the things and
Yeah, it's nice. But then it's tough because I'm like, if I do want to like throw something on my story or something like that, it's so hard not to be like, oh, I'm going to check these notifications or I want to check like. So I'm a big, it's a very all or nothing for me, which is tough. But I'm kind of okay with that too. Like, I don't think the world needs to know everything that I'm doing, but sometimes I love to share, like if I'm at a different shop or something like that and I want people to know about it.
You want to support people too. Like a lot of your tags are supporting people or having ideas and stuff like that. But it's not like you're just like, oh, here's my lunch.
Check it out.
Check it
out. Unless it's like delicious.
And it's local, then yes.
Right?
But it's so tricky when it comes to technology too, because you do find yourself with a lot more free time or awkward conversations and stuff like that. That is kind of natural to just, I'm just going to grab my phone because I don't really know what to do in this situation. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I definitely, like, hold me accountable if you see me online a lot. But if you're not online, then you won't see it. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, I am looking forward to that. Just like again, hoping the weather's nice to just be outside a little bit more. I haven't been getting as much fresh air lately, and I'm really noticing that. But yeah, tech-free, good book. I mean, and when I say tech-free, I mean like my phone. I'm definitely going to be watching some movies and Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you can't have a holiday.
No screen time. I'm saying no, like, smartphone in my hand all the time.
No notifications is...
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, notification-free holiday.
Oh, yeah. I definitely do think I need to do that, because even though I say I take 2 weeks, I usually end up working anyway. I do work on my passive income just because I don't put it as a priority. I should, because it does make me passive money, which is nice. But at the same time, I also occasionally have clients that have emergencies, and I want to make sure that I'm there for them, and I still will work. And it's funny because we were talking about, okay, well, how do you set yourself up when you are going on vacation, especially on a holiday? I do tell my clients that I'll be taking 2 weeks off, but at the same time, it's really hard to keep track of who's on holiday and who's not. So I never fault anybody for saying, hey, I have this design emergency. Can you help me? I don't mind. Yeah. But perhaps that's going back to our last episode of habits and how I don't need to be right there all the time.
Yeah. Or you could say no.
Yeah, but that who says no? It's so much easier to say
not right now.
Not right now. But maybe that'll be my challenge for this year, is actually allowing myself to take the time and not respond to every email right away, or text message, or,
Yeah. Will you put an out of office on your email? So at least they, and it doesn't have to be a hard line of, I'm not going to answer, but,
go away.
Go away. Try
humbug.
again in January.
Yeah.
But like, at least then it's a reminder if your client forgot, or, then, because if they're like, oh, what's wrong with Steph? Like, she gets back to me so quickly. So I love the out of office. I think it's such a genius, easy tool to use.
I
but not everybody uses them.
Yeah. It's funny because I never think about it.
I think that's the corporate life in me.
Yeah, maybe, because I never, like...
If I was out of the office for a day, I would put my out of office on so people would know.
Really? Oh, see, I do need to do them more often, because there's been times where someone was upset because I didn't answer, and it's just because I took a couple days for personal reasons. And I felt so guilty, because I'm like, oh, should I be messaging everybody? But no, if I just put a simple out of office,
it saves you. Because some of them may not need you, right? So they don't need to know, how do you have a business? Because you're a brilliant graphic designer and brand expert. That's how. Are you blushing, or is that just your actual blush?
So much compliments.
But yeah, like, I think, like, there's so many things that technology and processes like this can help us with, right? So why not use them? So I definitely recommend that you do that. I'm not telling you what to do, but yeah.
Well, then I'm going to tell you to pre-schedule all your social media as well, so that
I deserve that.
Yeah. Flip it, Uno reverse.
I'm in a temper tantrum over here. You're right. I do need to do that.
But that's another thing too, is like entrepreneurs too. I always talk about pre-scheduling, pre-planning, batch content, especially around the holidays, because nothing is worse than thinking, oh shoot, I need to put out a happy holidays post. I have no content for it. I need to go panic and quickly do it. And then all of a sudden there's spelling mistakes, wrong time, and it's just not good for anybody.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
And that way you can go on to be a little bit more technology free. Which I think is kind of cool.
You're so right.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I want to do that because, like, I mean, I've talked before how, like, with the deep sea social media, we go, like, dead. Silent over the winter. But we usually do a happy holidays post. So, like, and, like, I could do that now. I could schedule that now, and then it's done, right? Very easy. Instead of that scramble, because one day I'll be like driving out to Rustico, and I use, like, the post is usually like our boats, because we light them up, we decorate them. Have you seen that before? Have you seen them?
No, why?
Yeah,
I haven't seen
cute.
them.
So they're right at the bridge in Rusticoville.
Yeah.
And my dad's done it on, like, the lights always get turned on my birthday every year, because his old boat before this one, we got it on my birthday one year. I can't remember how, like, long time ago. So it's just a family tradition now that he decorates the boat, and then the lights get turned on for the first night on my birthday, and then they stay on until like New Year's.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah. So many people drive out to Rustico to see the lights in North Rustico.
Yeah.
So the boat that you see at the Rusticoville Bridge is mine. Well, it's not
so
really
cool.
mine, but
well, yeah.
it's my family.
It's yours.
Just in case they're listening. Like, my name's on it, but it doesn't belong to me. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of cool too. And so that'll be like a picture that we'd share to wish our happy holidays. So yeah, actually last year, Emma Boswell, who's a local photographer, took a beautiful picture of it and shared it. So
cool.
She did most of the work for me. It was wonderful. I just used that and gave her the credit. And I was like, thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even like things like that, sometimes you could almost forget to do as well. And then all of a sudden, I have this great opportunity to post that picture. And it's so important for your business too. Although it's funny because this just came to my mind. I was actually having this conversation with a client, and we were talking about content over the holidays, and she posed the question of, do I actually need a happy holidays? Like, I find I see them and I just scroll past them, and they're mindless to me, so I don't really know if I want to do that for my business. And I always tell people, if you're going to do a holiday post, make sure that you do the holiday posts for every holiday then. Not every single holiday, but at the same time, you don't want to just post here and there every once in a while. And also, yeah, it's kind of true. There's a lot of people that just scroll past the happy holidays. But at the same time, it's kind of a nice, easy content thing to put out there.
It's a pleasant thing for people to see.
That too.
Compared to a lot of the crap that we see online.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Exactly. So I always tell people, if you want to, you can, but it's never a...
You must.
Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to. And even I always put like a little thing out there every once in a while, but I don't post for every holiday either.
Yeah.
But that's just because the holidays mean a lot to me. It's like literally my favorite season. So.
Can you tell from her sweater? So cute. I love it. So I have a question then about social media, just while we're on the topic. Would you post that you're taking the time off? Like, so, because we're saying like pre-schedule your stuff, do whatever, but would you be like, I'm taking this time off? Like, would that be one of your content pieces that you might use during that time?
That's a really good question. I think obviously if you're a storefront, you definitely need to tell people that you're closed at certain times, because nothing's worse than when you go somewhere expecting to see people and there's nothing.
Yeah.
But when you're a service-based, I find it a little bit tricky because yes, it's always good to make the post that, I'm taking time off, but sometimes people don't see it. You know what I mean? Like some people will keep scrolling, especially if you put it in like the body. It's never a bad thing to do. I personally don't do it just because it's not like I have a huge amount of clients. And for the most part, most people are usually taking the time off. But if, let's say, it is like your busy season and there's a lot of people that are depending on you, then definitely make it a point to say a couple times that you are taking the time off expectation wise, because a lot of people do unfortunately not like those emails of out of office, right? Because then they don't get the proper warning,
right?
But if you cover all your bases, especially if you're busy, you can't go wrong. Again, from a brand standpoint, you want to be as open and honest with the end client or customer, you know? And
that makes sense.
It's just never a bad idea to be very straightforward of what's going on.
Yeah.
I think perhaps maybe even I should sometimes mention it, but
I think you did before your honeymoon.
Yes.
Right? Like, because that's more of it's not like the holidays when you might be more expected to take time off, right? That was more of just a random week.
Exactly. Like, I find the holidays kind of weird because I think most people, more so than anything, always say, are they going to be on holidays? You know, but like, where we left in the middle of January, that's usually when I start to ramp up and start looking for more clients in January. So it would be kind of weird for me just to like leave.
Like, bye. I feel like it. I'm running away.
Right?
Yeah.
Although it's funny because part of me doesn't like to say that I'm away just because I watched way too many crime shows, and it's like the whole story of like when you say online that you're away and then someone comes to steal because they know that you're away from your house. That scares the shit out of me. I've had a couple nightmares about that. So
fair.
So from that standpoint, if you're crazy like me, don't post.
Don't tell.
Don't tell. Don't tell anyone. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Do you have any like Christmassy themed type of posts that you rely on? Like if you're thinking about, because I'm sitting here being like, oh, I really should like plan out my social media and get some stuff scheduled. So I'm just going to pick your brain while we're here and see like would you do your content any differently? Like, would you be, because like I have a few programs that I'm going to want to fill for the new year. Should I be talking about that over the holiday season? Because that's when I'm guessing, like, even though we want to be a little more tech free, other people may actually have more time to be online and be seeing those things.
Oh, it's so true. I think that's when pre-scheduling everything really makes a difference. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are going to want to stick to just the holidays of the right now, and they aren't really seeking the future. But then you are going to get a couple offhand people that are, like you said, taking that time off and finding themselves with more time, especially during these COVID times, that are looking to probably expand their knowledge of their business and, get some more leadership. So yeah, I think that's why it's important to always still kind of be present in social media instead of just completely turning off. I know for my personal brand, I actually have a specific color that I use just for the holidays. It's like this like pastel red. And
it's really cute.
Thank you. I also winterized my logo, and I always make sure to do little cartoons of me and my pets, who I call my coworkers. And I put that on all my branding. So I have like a Christmas card that'll have that, and I'll make a post about that. And that's kind of the traditional exactly what to expect leading up to the holidays. But I personally go silent, but I have also seen other people take the time to batch their content, and perhaps as soon as Christmas is over, they have posts about starting the new year on a new foot. Right? And sometimes it is, you kind of have to be the first one out the gate, and it's not a bad idea to be first in mind, because it's so much harder after the new year. Well, you have all these goals. What do you do with them now?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you start ahead of the game, generally you'll be at the mindset of the person when they are looking for said program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so much easier to have the call to action of, hey, I have this service offered in the new year. Do you want it? Especially if you've been leading up to that ask.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm like in my head planning it now. But no, I can do that later. Put it aside. You're recording a podcast right now, Julianne.
Podcast.
Focus.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. We all know. I think every time it comes up, social media, I'm just like, I like it and I appreciate it, but I need to be in the right mindset sometimes. Like I need to find like what is my zone for that. And I that's another thing I'm looking forward to with this break over Christmas is just a step back. Like I'm so grateful for how full my schedule has been for the last little while. Like October and November both, I've had a lot of amazing work, which has been so cool. I'm like, oh, I'm doing it.
Doing all the things.
Right? Oh my God, it's happening. This is, my dream's coming true. But you can't go full tilt all the time. Like that's where we tip into like the hustle culture and all that kind of stuff. And that's not what I'm here for at all, because I get tired real easily. And I'm looking forward to that break. And I think that's where my brain, my creativity is going to really shine or have the space to just out itself a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of nice to give yourself the space to, we're kind of being forced into it this year, which I think is kind of nice, because there's going to be a lot of people that are like yourself that are really busy, that need that time to just be with family. You know what I mean? What a great opportunity. I know it's not really an opportunity, but especially like you were saying, practice gratitude. And if you are happy, healthy, your family is healthy, then what more is there to be thankful about, really? Which I think is really important, you know?
Big time. Big time. Yeah. It's going to be weird, but great. And it's cool. Like, how lucky are we that we do run our own businesses and we can say, like, okay, I'm going to take these 2 weeks off, and we don't have to like submit a request and wait for an approval or a counter offer. Like,
right.
Amazing.
Yeah. Use your vacation days for holidays. Yeah.
Right. No tracking your time. Like, what?
Although I do miss like Christmas parties. I loved Christmas parties. I lived
Office
for
Christmas
them.
Party. Have you seen that movie? It's hilarious.
Of course, it's a Christmas movie. I've watched all of them, including the really bad Hallmark ones that my husband's like, Steph, why? They're the same every time. And I'm like, I don't care.
Makes me cry. It makes me happy.
Yeah. Doesn't even make me cry the whole entire time. I'm like, ha, that doesn't happen. Ha. Ha.
That's not real
life. But I'm like secretly like, yes, this is the best.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Christmas parties are fun.
Yeah.
We're with Chandler Coaches, we do like a small little, there's 3 of us, right? Yeah. So it's not like a Christmas party, but we get a little spa day, and then we'll go out for lunch. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm just gonna hop onto your Christmas party.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Hi Lisa.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty fortunate. Yeah, so that's gonna be really cool.
Well, we should have a Thriving Tides Christmas party, just the 2 of us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Drinking
like
in the
every week. Yeah, we definitely should. We'll do something. We should get our boys in on it, and we'll have a little get together over the holidays. That would be nice.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Yeah, because that's the one thing I do really miss about working for someone is especially the paid alcohol and the paid food. It's like, yeah, treat me, dine me.
Yeah, right? Take care of me, please.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But, and even if you are a business that does have employees, those kinds of events are huge. It's not more so like, yes, it's celebrating the holiday, but it's also the appreciation of your employees. And I think there's so many times where we don't have employees, but taking that time to treat your employees, like the fact that Lisa's like taking you guys, like you guys are going for spa day and stuff like that, like that's appreciation right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that could be the biggest thing, and tell your employees, even if it looks a little bit different this year, that you appreciate them. I heard some people that they're doing online events where like one person's doing like this cooking party where they all get the same ingredients, but they all cook at home, but it's still a company.
That's cool
thing.
Yeah.
I think that's like so cool. And there's so many different things that you can do, you know?
Yeah.
It's just being a little bit more inventive, and unfortunately it's not going to be like it is the usual, but I think that's the cool thing is we have to learn how to adapt our traditions and make new traditions. And
there's still ways to celebrate and appreciate and find that happy medium, I guess, of still like socializing online, or what does that look like, and still, you know, like I feel for like the big hotels and places that have like empty ballrooms and all that kind of stuff. Like it's unfortunate that that's what's happening, but hopefully they're finding ways to, I think they're doing smaller things too, right? Like, but even like with Chandler Coaches, we've had some group programs that we've been doing that pre-COVID, we would all go to our office down on Queen Street, but that doesn't allow us to socially distance. So we've been actually going to different hotels and renting out the ballroom so that we can stay far apart, which is great. So like there's different ways that we can get in there. I know that's not Christmas related, but just putting it out there. Sometimes when there's a will, there's a way, right? We didn't want to do it online. We didn't want to cancel it.
Yeah.
We wanted to see what can we do. So lo and behold, we found a way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think it is kind of Christmassy too, because again, thinking of your employees are your backbone of your company sometimes, and if they're not happy, your business won't be happy. You know what I mean? You got to take care of the people taking care of your business. So
yeah.
And what a better time than telling people you appreciate them than the holidays.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Everyone's feeling the love.
Yep. Wearing the Christmas sweaters. Drinking the eggnog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, maybe we should have that next week.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, we have to do it.
Done.
Eggnog
Done.
and rum.
Done.
I don't like the taste. Okay. I don't like the taste of eggnog at all unless it has rum in it. I can't just drink eggnog straight. I think it's gross. I
don't think I would drink it straight
and I
either.
need to have an ice cube and everything. And I also put half almond milk in it because I find it just gross.
There's almond eggnog now. There's dairy-free kinds. Have you tried it?
Yeah. It's good. It's still really good, but there's just something about the fat in that.
That's really what it's all about.
I need that fat and sugar.
All right. Yeah. Next week, we're bringing it in.
Yes.
Let's do it.
We're doing that.
Let's do it.
But I think it's also interesting, too, that this is just, I'm kind of outing myself. I find it so hard to focus in the holidays. All I want to do is live my full Christmas lazy life. You know what I mean?
Tell me more.
I lean into it hard. I go into no makeup. We're going to put all the lights on. We're going to get cozy. We're going to drink some mulled wine and have some peppermint tea. And I just go full on, and I find it so hard to be okay, now I have to work so that at 5 o'clock I can then go into full Christmas mode.
So right from because you've already got your tree and everything up, and it's been that way for a little while now. Are you that way right away? As soon as you start bringing the decorations out, you're just Christmas is coming, and I don't,
I wish. So
where does it really click for you?
It does have to be December 1st.
Okay.
So as soon as it's December 1st, then I go full on Christmas music. I don't listen to anything else, but
Dolly and Kenny?
Oh yeah. I just listen to all of it. It's a little bit crazy.
Love it.
Anything Christmas, just give it to me.
Perfect.
But yeah, I find it difficult to do start thinking about the holidays until exactly December 1st. Yeah. This year's a little bit strange for me just because of all the personal turmoil that I'm going through right now with my family, and everything that's going on. Unfortunately, it's been welcomed to start putting more Christmas. I started at the end of November already with the Christmas music and going full on, because it is nice. It's one of those seasons where everyone's happy, and it's literally, if you're religious, it's about celebrating the birth of Jesus, and if you're not religious, it's the season of giving. Everyone's happy. You know what I mean? Especially when we live in such a world where people can yell at you behind a screen and go on about their day like they didn't just completely destroy your soul for a second. You know what I mean? It's just a reminder for me. I like the spirit of Christmas. I know that's so cheesy to say, but what a great time, of the season. And I think that's the thing too, is that's why I hate I love working, obviously, but it's hard to focus when all I want to do is just live in that spirit and that happiness and just that little bubble of, yay, everything's all peaches and cream. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that'll be you for those 2 weeks for sure.
Oh, I'm going to it's no problems for me to be on my phone. I have no cares to be on my phone. That's not an issue for me.
Just to turn on the Christmas music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, turn on the Christmas music, or even, I honestly don't even really go on my phone on the holidays too much, besides, talking to my family, my friends.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's strange. How about you? You're the kind of opposite of me. You're saying that you're not
the Grinch. Don't make me seem real bad. But I will be excited for Christmas on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I don't get the super anticipation and woo and whatever. And we don't decorate in our house a whole lot either, because we don't have anywhere to put a big tree, or we have a little one that we'll put up. But
Stephanie needs to come in there and do Operation Christmas.
Just move all my furniture around and do the things.
Be your elf.
But it's a cute little tree, and I'll be okay, Dave, let's decorate it together and whatever. And I don't know. I think too, from my corporate world, I used to come home for Christmas, so that was the defining. Okay, now I'm on vacation, now I go. But it was just work up to that. And there were some Christmases where I stayed in Calgary. I didn't come home. So I didn't take that time off. So I don't have that divide. Like I've never been, I guess, since when I was in school, when you would just get that time off, right? Never really had that, but now I can create that, so that can be a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and Dave don't take me as the people like that are listening to Christmas music.
Well, is there rap Christmas music? I'm sure there is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
No, like I'll listen to a little bit, but not like, I'm not like a December 1st, like let's listen to Christmas music stuff. No, my mom's like you. Like she loves it.
Hey.
So you can hang out with my mom.
My kind of girl. Lady. My kind of lady.
Like I might listen to it on Christmas Day. Dave would be like, turn this off.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just like put it in my headphones. And but I like a couple Christmas movies like Elf. I have to watch Elf every single year.
Classic,
That's my absolute favorite. So like there's little things like that that'll get me a little more excited. And yeah, but it's fun. Like I like the day of like seeing everybody as exhausting as it might be, trying to like cram it all in. I'm lucky that I have so many people to love and see, and that's really cool too. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to, it's not just another day. Like it is still a special day and everything, but I've never been that. But I'm not that way about anything. So it's not just Christmas for me. It's just, that's just who I am. I'm just chill. Or at least I think I am.
Whatever. What is?
It's all good. It's
Ride
all good.
the waves.
Oh, I wish I was going to play in some waves right now.
Yeah. Oh.
As we like just start slowly creeping into winter. But
hey, we're like, yeah, no.
Nice try, but no.
Yeah.
We still got a long way to go. But we'll make the best of it. But I am excited. Like, I think it's cool. Like, being an entrepreneur, it could be stressful to wonder, do I deserve to take this time off? Should I keep working? Like, okay, so I have the time without client expectations. Maybe now's the time to build that new program or do that new thing. And that pressure can definitely start to feel a little bit heavy. But I'm hoping I can keep my mentality of I need this break and I deserve this break. And I'm only going to be a better coach and a better leader by taking it.
Yeah.
And just keep reminding myself of that. Like if I get great ideas, cool, I can jot them in a notebook, but I don't need to act on them
exactly
in that time.
Well, I think that's the thing with like the expectations of being a business owner. You're constantly told time is money. So if you're taking 2 weeks off, that's a lot of money that's out the window. You could be getting 6 months of content batched, in that time frame or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's so true that if you take care, we always go back to this on the podcast, is if you take care of yourself, you'll take care of your business in the long run.
Yes.
And that what a better opportunity than doing 2 weeks of self-care. And if you can't take the full 2 weeks for yourself and you just take, like you were saying, like 4 days that Dave gets to do, maybe just do that for yourself too.
Yeah.
Or treat yourself a little bit. Maybe go home a little extra early. Or, you know what I mean?
And do those nice things. Or if you get the opportunity to ask for things, like ask for a bath bomb so you can have a nice bubble bath.
Yeah.
Or like face masks and drink the delicious hot chocolate or the eggnog and, get your nails done, do whatever makes you feel really good and happy. Like take the naps. Please take naps over Christmas. Like that is what Christmas is all about, right?
So many naps.
But there's so many wonderful things you can do for your self-care. And I plan to take full advantage of having the time to do a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do kind of wonder that we just had the episode a little while back of the habits, though. Now, on the holidays, we do tend to overindulge a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to do to kind of make sure that you don't overindulge or maybe perhaps abandon a habit that you're trying to develop? Are you putting any practices in place?
No.
I'm allowing the 2 weeks.
I think, I'll still do my workouts. I know I will. I've got Bernadette and Body Weight Balance. So it's literally right there for me every single day when I wake up. Here's your workout. I really don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
So I will get those done. I like in terms of overindulging, absolutely I'm going to eat the things and then I'm going to enjoy them. Like there's been years that I would then beat myself up or be like, okay, I have to work out extra because I did this, but I'm really learning to love myself more and just be okay with the way that my body looks and not be like punishing it for, you know, eating that chocolate or those sweets and all that stuff that tends to come out at Christmas time. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to beat myself up or feel guilty. Like that is my promise to myself.
And I was going to say, I bake a shit ton. I
over.
bake enough for like a shit ton of people, and it's just me and James. So you'll be getting a lot of baking. So
Perfect. And I have a boyfriend with a hollow leg, so it's great.
yeah, exactly.
Apparently he has a separate stomach for dessert, and that's why he doesn't get fat.
I wish.
Jealous. No. But no, it's a time for just being merry.
Yeah.
Right? Just to be cheesy there, but
As simple as that.
it's, you know, just be happy, be present. Like, yeah, some days I might wake up and be like, I just want to eat a big effing salad today because I'm craving some vegetables. Like that might happen too, but I'm just gonna try to be intuitive with my days and still move my body because I know that that's good for my physical health and my mental health. And the rest, I'm just gonna see how it goes.
That's
What
awesome.
about you? Are you worried that you're gonna lose some momentum or?
Yeah, so I'm kind of the opposite where I am going to obviously go into full Christmas stuff mode. But this year I kind of want to be a little bit different because I don't want to fall into a bad trap because drinking does unfortunately lead to my mental health and anxiety. That's natural. And unfortunately the holidays is kind of when you're not forced to drink, but it's like a socially acceptable to drink at noon, you know? And I think this year I want to be a little bit more mindful of exactly what I'm doing. You know, for me, I don't just get up and want a salad. I don't. When you said that, I'm like, that's a thing. People
Who does that?
Who does that? And like for me, working out is hard, so it's gonna be me trying to be more mindful of, hey, Steph, you've been watching a little bit too much Christmas movies. Maybe you and James should go out for a long walk with Cashew, our dog. And you know what I mean? So I think for me, I really want to focus on being a little bit more mindful, especially since this year, especially the tail end has been really rough. And I can easily now, because of what's going on, dip back to a place. And this is the first time that I'm really trying to stay above that. And so far I'm really proud of myself, and I'm not perfect. I still have really bad down days. But at the same time, I do like to indulge in Christmas too, because like you said, it's Christmas. You have to. I don't want to, say no to my baking because I am a great baker. So
I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, the cookies and squares.
Bring it on. Yeah. No, that's fair. And so like what is your self-care routine going to look like then to try to balance that out too?
Y'all ain't ready for it. Maybe I should.
We need one episode just for that.
Oh, man. Well, because I always ask for bath bombs, Epsom salts, bubble bath. Like, that's all most people get me anyway. Yeah. So it's almost like a bath every other night. And yeah, I just take care of whatever I want to do, I'll do. I do a shit ton of cross stitching because I love doing that, and it's therapeutic for me. And I like to gift it to people too, and so I usually do a lot of crafty things as well, and that's self-care.
Yep.
And yeah, I just like to do whatever I want to do, and I'll wear face masks and read a book.
Yep.
Do my yoga. Christmas
Awesome.
yoga. I'll make themes.
Ooh, Christmas yoga. Fun.
I don't know what the tree pose.
I'm going to come and hang some ornaments off you while you do
Yes.
it. So funny.
TikTok video idea.
Challenge accepted. I don't even know how to do a TikTok. Maybe a reel on Instagram.
A reel. Yeah.
I still haven't mastered that either.
But I was gonna say I'm a social media person. I still haven't really used it. So just like another new thing to learn.
One day.
Maybe
over Christmas.
That's gonna that'll be our goal for Christmas.
Perfect. We'll come up with a Thriving Tides reel.
Now, I know we talked a little bit about how we're going to plan for social media, but I think another thing that doesn't really get touched upon too, especially if you are a service-based business, is taking care of your clients. It's a little bit harder when you are a business that sells a product, but usually you can do things like writing thank you cards or maybe giving like a little treat with every purchase of something, or maybe even a coupon for next purchase, you know? Do you do anything when it comes to your clients, or?
We have like, it's funny because I'm in like a different position. So I have my clients through Chandler Coaches, but like technically Chandler Coaches is kind of my client too. So like Lisa and I will have like our celebration day. We'll meet and the Lisas because we have 2 Lisas, just to keep it interesting. And then Lisa and I've talked a lot about this too, where she's done a lot of different things over the years. And we just got these cute little branded cards. So we'll definitely be like writing little notes to our clients. And I know her and Lally, her daughter, like to make like that Christmas crack candy. So some people will get that. And then I think like for my entrepreneur forum that's happening right now, I might just do a little something special for them. But this is going to air before that, so I'm not gonna out it because I know some of them listen to this too. But just something, you know, like not anything too extravagant, but just even a handwritten card to say how much you appreciate them and whatnot, I think can go so far. I used to do that. Like when I was a leader in corporate, I used to write really nice cards to all of my employees.
And personalized, not just a happy holidays.
Yes.
Julianne.
Yeah. I actually had one employee. This is a funny story. I was thinking about this yesterday. That was like, you're giving everyone cards. It probably just says happy holidays. And she had to eat her words because she opened it. And like I spent like hours, like I had a big team at one point, and I wrote out like a really nice message to every one of them, very personalized on like what they were doing for the holidays or something they'd been working on that I was proud of, and like all these different things. And
so good.
It's a big investment, but man, people feel loved. It's so worth it just to see the smile on their face. Even if you don't see it, like if I feel good just writing them. So like, and I used to be such a great handwritten card person like all throughout the year, and I've kind of gotten away from that. So that's something that maybe that'll be a new habit to bring back for 2021 for me.
That's a good idea.
It's just a nice thing to do. Like,
and no one gets so
cool snail mail anymore.
Right?
Like it's all bills or junk.
Right? And it's so impersonal on like technology too, just to, you can put the post of happy holidays, but it's not to that person. It doesn't make them feel any special. And I love to receive cards, even if it is just saying happy holidays with their name. It's still nice that they thought.
You're on the roster.
Yeah. They made a point to think of me and ask for my address. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Again, from a branding perspective, I always like to say, like, try to do something for your clients or customers. You're going to have some people that don't celebrate the holidays, and that's cool too. Even just taking the time to say, hey, I know you don't celebrate the holidays, but I just want to let you know that I really appreciate everything that you did, and being able to work with you, and I'm looking forward to 2021 or X year, right? Last year I did cards, and I put like little packets of a hot chocolate in it. And last year I did a donation, and I think I'll do a donation again this year in honor of people. But this year I'm actually making something too for every single one, and it's gonna be crazy. Quite the project. But again, I'm lucky that I slow down quite significantly in December, so I can take the time to craft, and I love crafting. Like I said, if I could be Martha Stewart without the jail time, I would be. Like, yes. You know what I mean? I love doing like home stuff, you know? And I think it brings me joy just to even make it. And when I get my clients messaging back that they're like, wow, thank you so much for actually thinking of me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think you were actually going to do this, and, you know, surprising them with this. It's kind of nice. Unfortunately, I won't be able to hand deliver most of them, but at the same time, it's going to be something for them to look forward to in the mail. And I think it doesn't cost that much money, and you can't really measure the ROI, so your return on investment. But at the same time, at the end of the day, when you're taking that extra step for your client or customer, it makes them feel special. And it's true, I do appreciate my clients so much. And sometimes we don't say how much we appreciate them for taking a chance on my business.
Yeah.
You know, like from business owner to business owner. Thank you for taking a chance on me.
Yeah.
You know, you could have gone with this person or that person, but you chose me. And that's huge.
It's really special.
Right? And so if that's like one big thing that I would say, is always take care of your customers and tell them that you appreciate them. And my dad, he has a business too. And he would always give a box of chocolates and a handwritten letter, even though he doesn't have the best writing. I think my mom also did most of the writing, if I'm now realizing. But he even knew, like, and his clients love him because he takes care of them. And it's just like that little thing. And I'm so glad that he taught me that when it came to business. But I think it's just something that we don't do often. And it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
You know, I'll probably be spending about $300 in total, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
And screw ROI.
Personalized touch goes a long way. And like I said too, like you feel so good doing it that in itself is a great return.
Oh, I love gifting. That's self-care for me is actually gifting.
Yeah.
Especially I'm the opposite. I like to find the perfect gift for someone, especially when I personalize it and it's going to make them cry. I live for that shit. I love making people cry. Cry for me. Cry for me. I love it.
Oh, Steph, you're funny. Yeah. Thank you for that. It's great. We laughed a lot tonight.
Yeah. So much laughing.
See, we're in the Christmas cheer. It's all
so
good.
much so, yeah.
What is it? The best way to spread Christmas cheer?
Singing loud for all to hear.
Yay.
La 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 la.
You're welcome, people.
We said we weren't going to sing on this one. Here we are singing again.
Maybe that's our cue.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we should leave. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, I'm really, I think this episode is getting me more in the Christmas spirit.
Yay! See, I'm slowly changing you to be a Christmas-holic like I am.
Christmas-holic, yeah. We have a long way to go, but we're getting there. Just baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah.
But hopefully this was helpful. I know we talked about quite a few things tonight, but as entrepreneurs, I think number one is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Find some time to rest.
Yeah.
Let your clients know what to expect from you.
Yes. Sound boundaries. Yeah.
And schedule your social media.
Yeah. And
and have fun. Like enjoy the holidays. They may not look the way that you had hoped that they would, but find the good and find what you're grateful for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'd love to pass it off to you guys. As always, what are you guys doing to adapt this holiday season? What are your self-care routines during the holiday season? Is there something you do specifically when it comes to the holidays? We'd love to know.
Yeah. And how do you manage your business or the time that you take off? Like what tips and tricks do you have to share? Love to hear that too.
Yeah. So
great.
Take care, everyone.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Thriving Tides. Hit the subscribe button to never miss an episode.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay connected. And remember, don't fight the rip currents.